It's Deb. I don't want to die! Why is there no human in the U.S. of hypocrisy? Who cares about this species? I am in so much pain. I'm suffering from beriberi scurvy. Lymphedema. The pain is so... Sleep. I don't have anywhere to sleep. I don't have anywhere to live. The police are criminalizing me while asleep. They wake me up in the middle of the night. The only way I can stay alive is to sleep and to not be fed poisonous food. That has been years trying. Nobody's offered me a couch. Nobody in 2.5 years of homelessness has done a goddamn thing. And I don't want them to. How am I supposed to ask for charity when I am the apex intellect on this motherfucking planet? Oh, fuck. Fuck. Altered traits. Richie Davison, neuroscience. In my little brain, without any tools or colleagues, imagined is not the right word, hypothesized as if my life was in jeopardy, and my life has been in jeopardy for very nearly 55 years. You want to hear me explain what autism is? Not that the Brain Foundation gives a... I just made a left turn into traffic, as if all three of the cars on the main Central Avenue need to come to a complete and utter stop because this wealthy white man is turning left. The PS, PB, a PC, the pale skin penis brigade of plantation capitalism needs to sit the fuck down, and I need to go the full #Chappelle challenge on them. We need the wise feminine to take over immediately, or we are self-extincting in approximately 30 years. And if the wise feminine is denied, look, everybody's an expert. I am, so far as I know, and I don't know much because I don't have electricity. I don't have any device. I don't have access to the internet, and I'm trying to stay alive, and why is nothing happening? I could go on with the autistic shutdown I'm experiencing. which is the kind of fear, if you've ever felt it, you either want to end your own life or be ending those who are harming you, which, if you felt this, is absolutely everybody. And here I am, born philosopher, Carnegie Mellon degreed philosopher, being treated even by people who I know want to see me continue living. They treat me like an imbecile. They act as if I have no freedom because I have no money. Well, that's an act. This is a societal daguerreotype. I didn't want to defile archetype because we're not understanding the wide range of physiological archetypes, of which I am the highly sensitive. You want to see this brain on MEG. I'll accommodate y'all EEG, MRIs if necessary, but we need real-time data on this brain. The way I can talk to you about experiencing constant death via sensory overwhelm, via I'm the first human to die of global warming, to live a life of torture because of the smells surrounding us. Let me ask you something. You get hangry. You need to drink water. You're thirsty. You're out exercising. Your body starts to turn off your mind until you do what it tells you to do when you're hungry and thirsty. We've all been there because this is the world we live in. Is ignore your body, ignore your body. I need to ask you something here. You survive days without hydration. Can survive months, years in this body, perhaps, with no nutrition. How long you surviving without clean air as a species? If our body has the ability to hijack every bit of our cognitive capacity when we are hungry and thirsty, and y'all let homeless people, just the most vulnerable, have not these things, nor the way to ecologically, positively recycle them, why does every business in this country say restrooms only for customers? The hypocrisy of y'all. It's the mind-numbing cognitive dissonance that we say one thing and we do the other constantly, consistently. I'm in this position because I will not ever bend over to plantation capitalism again. And there's simply nowhere to go. There really is nowhere to go. I'm trying to enact a pardon from Governor Gavin. I'm trying to create at least the start. You don't have to appoint me, but I'm the creator of the Philosopher Laureate program. We need it everywhere at every level. These poet laureates. Georgina last night, pardon me, I'm in a state, I should know that woman's name. It is appalling. I also know she done had to cancel her own last name black out because nobody could say it correctly. I was so poorly educated. And my entire childhood, I just kept wanting to learn and being tethered to much less philosophical minds. Born a philosopher, I motherfucking was. Intellectual abuse. The harm I have been forced to never acknowledge because I'm a genius. I can say the words. What occurs in anybody that I try to get help because I'm a genius. I have created a poem, a philosophy of everything from consciousness outward. I have done the logic everywhere. Gamma brainwaves. There is a video on my Deb YouTube channel called African Mechanics, to which I explain that you must be able to access theta brainwave states. These are the contemplative meditative states, as imaged by Tibetan monks. I knew that by myself, trying to stay alive. Theta, gamma bursts. I learned from National Institutes of Health researcher, Brain Foundation's Autism Conference, where in and amongst 133, I'm the Scottie Pippen of thinking, PhDs, MDs, so successful that they will stop making money, stop treating patients, stop, supervising their labs and postdocs, and come to my hometown now, the hometown probably of my death if nobody don't help me, which is the only place I can live. It's November 4th. It's so hot here. I cannot make it in any other place in California. I cannot get anybody who cares about me in Washington to bring me back. Whether you pardon me or not, Gavin, extradite me. Jamaica, Botswana. Why the fuck go back to Washington State? There ain't nobody there. The U.S. is hypocrisy. The mind state that we dwell in, it's evil. It's going to self-extinct our species. Unless some other place is going to have to do the hard work. Anyway, back to me. In Ultra Traits, Richie Davidson's work on monks with 10,000 hours of meditation, they took all the equipment to Tibet. Monks weren't having it. They needed Matthew Ricard, molecular biologist turned Buddhist monk. They needed that person who communicates between two worlds. In my 2 decades as a payroll implementation software consultant, I'll bridge the gap between HR and IT. These people cannot talk to each other. I'll make the big bucks. It takes one pinky-sized health problem to end a productive American life. And if that health problem is invisible to the biochemical medical hegemony, you either have to figure it out yourself or become labeled crazy. I'm the mentally fittest human I have ever encountered. Evolutionary logic. The pleasure principle of evolutionary logic. If we want to solve climate change, the ever-escalating burdens of chronic diseases and mental illness, and the dehumanization of plantation capitalism, it's right here. And here. Our thinking equipment. Move. We've been entrained to mental slavery, to the money matters most masculinity of plantation capitalism. I am the human to communicate between stuff-centric money matters most masculinity, that kind of thinking, and the wise feminine future delivering life-centric thinking. Einstein's mistakes. As the she Einstein of consciousness. I mean that in every single way possible. Uncle Albie lived, did his work 120 years ago, 1905. I read that book. I don't need to tell you he got the ether wrong, and he got light as the speed limit of the universe wrong. Light is the speed limit of optics. That's what physics originally was called. And sort of switched over in his early days. Light is the speed limit of a scientific tradition, which I call the seeing is believing paradigm, faulty, flawed, and fraudulent paradigm. Sometimes it's just one of those, sometimes all three of them. The last 500 years, and it's very nearly 600, the whiteness, because we say the Western thought tradition, but it's the whiteness thought tradition. All of these Wests and global Souths, and we can't even figure out how to accurately talk about the one species that is the pinnacle of evolution so far. Evolution deniers. Two sides of my face and my body are highly asymmetrical in such a subtle way that you can't tell, but I experience it. I can't make this side of my face do as much as this, but I'm really changing it. Really. Ill living color. Better living. via Jim Carrey. Facial expressions. Absolutely, positively, your eyesight, your hearing, maybe you're singing, you're breathing. Your face is frozen. You're experiencing not just mental degradation, your face is frozen, physical pain, limitations, perhaps disability. I told you I'm the Scottie Pippen of thinking. We're going to do it, Jordan. I'm also the Thelonious Monk, I think, of thinking. I have to say Charlie Parker because I don't think anybody knows Monk, and I know the music, but I don't really know much about him, so we're going to figure that out. Pitching. Loving our own bones. Disability wisdom and the spiritual subversiveness of knowing ourselves whole. By Julia Watts Belser. Let's give this lovely lady every bit of humanness she embodies. I got different languaging. I got more inclusive. All 8 billion humans across every nook and cranny of Earth. This is how I use my brain. As my birthday mate, Shaka Khan, just about sang. I'm every human. This is what y'all do to me. 3 years of destitute. I cannot earn money for the power of my brain. There's simply nowhere to go. And anytime you don't have a penis, go cook it clean. I am autistic. I am morbidly obese. I cannot be near cleaning supplies. I cannot have any idea how other humans eat. What is autism? I have adult onset autism. Yes, I always was. But since nobody paid any attention, the neglect I've lived through. I want nothing. Not one single centime that I do not want for everybody on this planet. A civilization that is life-centric. It's either all of us, as we approach the end of 2023, or it's going to be none of us. The dystopia is right around the corner. If you ain't been living it your whole life. All right. We'll end this at the Jordan. Harmony.